Welcome all. Today we start with our second chapter of SS, that is Cultural Heritage of India, Traditional Handicraft and Fine Arts. Traditional, that is ancient time handicraft and fine arts. India is a country of rich cultural heritage. Cultural heritage we have already done in first chapter in short, that is all those things that are made by man by making use of his intellectuality and skill is termed as cultural heritage. It includes materialistic heritage as well as genetical heritage. A child inherits physical and mental features from his parents by birth, and this is termed as genetic inheritance. Whereas house, land, estates like properties obtained from ancestors is called material heritage. So all our features that we get from our parents by birth is called genetic inheritance, whereas properties, land, estates that man gets from his forefathers is termed as material heritage. Similarly, whatever man obtains or creates with his intellect and skill is generally called as cultural heritage. In the same manner, many other things are created by man, like traditions, customs, rites, rituals, and some special types of a lifestyle which we have adopted from our forefathers or ancestors is also a part of cultural heritage. Because all these things were not given to us by nature, like customs, rituals, traditions, these were all made by us. So it is known as cultural heritage. In addition, other matters also that we have made are education, farming, trade, rules and regulations as in constitution, as well as rules and regulation created by us for a daily life. Then there are festivals, entertainment, art, handicraft, beliefs, skill. All these are included in cultural heritage. Next part. India being an ancient country of the world, it has its best traditions, social values, dogmas, that is, are some rules, customs, and family system, which is very unique all over the world. And thus, it is our duty that we should preserve our valuable cultural heritage. There are references of 64 arts in our ancient literature. Now, 64 arts are not in detail shown over here in this chapter, but few of them are discussed. They are handicraft, workmanship, that is skill, kasab, art, drawing, music, dramatic art, dance, etc. Our ancient currencies were also highly valuable. That is, for example, today people don't value 1 rupee coin or say 5 rupees, 10 rupees, maybe up till hundreds of rupees. The value of the currency is very low. You don't get huge amount of product when you go with 1 rupee or 5 or 100 rupees. But if that same currency we used to buy huge amount of things in ancient time, this shows that the ancient currencies were highly valuable. Prosperity, that is richness of India, was the main attraction why people from other countries came to India and they attacked our country. Today, the education of yoga has been considered as a part of cultural heritage, which has been accepted by the whole world. Consequently, that is the result is you can see that 21st June is celebrated as World Yoga Day all over the world. In this chapter, we are going to learn about variety of art and craft of our country. So let's start the journey of knowing about the variety of arts of our country. Art of Indian artisans. Artisans means those who were very skilled, though not highly educated, but skilled in various arts. The beauty of Indian cultural heritage is lying in its ancient art of its artisan. These artisans have skillfully developed varied lifestyle of people through their remarkable art and handicraft industry. Weaving, embroidery, wooden art, clay work, drawing, painting, leather industry, enamel work, sculpture, architecture, okique work, diamond related artistic workmanship, that is the skill shown by the workmen, and knitting work have their own individual or unique identity in our country. So let's learn few of this in detail in this chapter, and they will be also asked as your short note. Art of clay work, that's a short note for 2 marker. Men and clay have been very closely connected to each other since ancient time. Clay matlab mitti. The whole life of man revolves around clay from birth till death. That is from cradle. Cradle matlab palna. That is for the small child that we use. Till grave. That is till the person dies. The whole life of man is revolving around clay. Before the invention of metal, however, clay things were used on a large scale, that is abundantly. Toys, pots, pitchers, earthen lamp, clay stove, that is chula, clay wares, that is utensils for kitchen, were made by the potters. Potters means जो मिट्टी के बर्तन बनाता हो. In order to store grains, milk, ghee, curd and buttermilk. Buttermilk, that is chash. Maximum kitchen utensils, that is kitchenwares, were made from clay. The walls of the houses also were made from clay. Cubas, that is huts, were plastered by the paste of cow dung and clay. Even today, in many remote villages, some very backward villages where there is lots of poverty, we don't see brick houses, cement concrete buildings and all, but what do we see is even today they make use of cow dung and clay to plaster their house. We have got many clay utensils of red color, very important, learn it, which belong to dash, dash and dash culture, that is Lothal, Mohenjo-daro and Harappan culture of ancient time. Potter's wheel, if you go to Vishala, most of them must be knowing about it. It's a nice, I would say, restaurant in simple word. So if you go over there, you will get variety of clay utensils, and potter's wheel also you will get to see over there. And there will be live, or you can say there will be a potter who will be showing you how he is making the clay utensils. So potter's wheel is said to be the best device or an instrument for clay work in ancient India. In present time, however, we can see garba, that is a pot or a pitcher having holes containing diya, that is earthen lamp inside. And this is what we see in Navratri. India was famous for producing 2 types of clay, that is baked and unbaked, and utensils matlab bartan were made from both types of clays. One is baked clay and other unbaked, also called as terracotta. Now, as I told you in our first chapter of SS, that from lesson 1 to lesson 21, all the brackets also you will have to learn perfectly for your 1 marker. So since ancient time, 2 types of clay were used. This is known by seeing at the remains of old and handmade clay utensils which were found from Nagarjunkonda in South India and Lagnaj in Mehsana district. Learn it as your objective, with the whole part as your 2 marker short note. Next short note will be art of weaving. So the whole part will be included, that is hand weaving also. The art of making long threads using small pieces of cotton from cotton balls. Very important. What is cotton balls? Also known as swab. And then joining them together is called art of spinning. So what is art of spinning also is an objective. Once again, the art of making long threads using small pieces of cotton from swab and then joining them together is called art of spinning. We all know that Gandhiji has given it a special importance as a cottage industry and joined it with Swadeshi movement to make us self-dependent, that is self-reliant, under the heading of or banner of freedom movement, which has created a new history. Now, what is hand weaving? That is when we do weaving with our hand. Since ancient time, India is known for its textile knowledge, that is know-how. It is well known that, or it is famous that, the whole piece of cloth of a particular size, that is taka, you can say 5 meters, 6 meters, maybe more than that, of fine muslin of Dhaka, Dhaka is a name of a place, could easily pass through a finger ring and could be easily folded and adjusted in a matchbox. Now, very long piece of cloth made of fine muslin. Muslin we don't get nowadays because it's very costly. So, but in ancient time, people used to weave it with hand, and it was so soft that it could be easily folded and put it in a matchbox, or you can easily pass it through a finger ring also. Moreover, galicha, that is carpet of several regions, like we have galicha of Kashmir, we have galicha of South India, East India, West India, they have their own separate or unique art of making carpet. Then there is knitting work on dresses, that is attires and artistry work, etc. Occupied very important place. Among them, Patola of Patan, this all you must be knowing, Kanjivaram from South India, Banarasi saris of Banaras, Bhani of Rajasthan, a unique identity of our country. Next, during the golden period of Solanki era matlab period, a time period when the Solanki rulers used to rule. So during this golden period, now why the name golden period? Because lots of development in various art was made during the rule of Solanki kings. So it is called golden period of Solanki era. Gujarat had progressed a lot in this field. During the rule or reign of Siddharaj Jaisingh, many weavers, that is artisans, came and settled in Patan. The Patolas of Patan, the art that they brought with them, became world famous due to their skill. This art of Patan is more than 850 years old. Only few, that is very less number of, handful of artisans have the skill for such a complicated and time consuming art. You can't make this sari, that is patola, in a day or two. It used to take some time, one whole year, when all the family members used to sit together to make this beautiful sari. But today, in one day, people can produce thousands of saris because of mechanism and technology. So this art of Patan is 850 years old. Now the silkware, that is bewad ikat, this I'll explain you, produced in Patan is called Patola of Patan. Now why it is called bewad? Bewad means two side. Ikat matlab weaving. Now it was two side weaving, which is actually today if we think is very surprising. And both the side it was different weaving. So it's like a magic maybe. Ikat means weaving, learn it. This type of sari is designed in such a manner that it can be worn on either side. Either side means at one time you can't wear both the side. So don't write both side, write either side. So on any one side we can wear it. For example, you can't wear your dress either side. One side is a right side of your dress and the other side is a wrong side. But this sari could be worn either way that people would love to. This type of patola variety has even today a good durability, means long term it keeps on maintaining its original colors and intact also, that is the original colors remains as it is, and within few days you will see today's product gets faded, but this sari had good durability, means it never used to get faded. There is a saying in the same reference, Padi patode bhat, fate pan fite nahi. Means this sari due to some reason may get torn, but its color remains as it is. The design laid down in patola shall never fade even if the cloth may be torn. So many one markers over here like golden period of Solanki era, Siddharth Jai Singh, 850 years old, Bewad Ikat or silkware. What is the other word for silkware? And what is the meaning of the sentence written in Gujarati over there? And what do you mean by ikat? So lot many MCQs or fill in the blanks will follow in this chapter. So we move ahead with the next slide. The work of embroidery can be seen on the clothes of the idols, that is god goddesses idols, and on statues which were found during the excavation, that is the digging work of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. So even today we can get the knowledge of work of embroidery from the excavation work of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The art of weaving on the clothes of men, women and children is very famous from ancient time. This art of embroidery was seen on the clothes of men, women and children in Sindh, Saurashtra and Kutch region at the time of Indus Valley civilization. Similarly, Kashmiri work also is called as Kasab work. It is famous of Kashmir. It's very well known. So embroidery work was seen in ancient time on the clothes of men, women and children, which we come to know from Sindh, Saurashtra and Kutch region. And Kasab work even today is very famous of Kashmir. Apart from embroidery, Bandhni of Jamnagar, Jodhpur, Bhuj and Mandvi of Gujarat are very popular. Learn it. The ancient or traditional style of Bandhni with all its shine, that is luster, and due to the beautiful designs of elephant, puppet, dice and picture, that is pot or a jug, is very popular even today. So learn these words, elephant, puppet, etc. And learn also Jamnagar, Jaipur, Bhuj and Mandvi. Cottage industry was then taken over by the women of Kutch and Saurashtra regions of Gujarat. The traditional art or ancient art of embroidery, toran making, chakra, pillow covers, bed sheets, shak, todalia, clothes like kedia is well known even today. At present, however, it's not allowed to move out on the roadside, but once you move out, all these things are available at Law Garden. So very beautiful things are made by people even today in Gujarat. Embroidery work is also carried out on quilt. Quilt you all must be knowing. We call it rajai. And shawls with different designs. Embroidery work of Jat community of Banni area of Kutch is unique in itself. So many MCQs or objectives on this slide also, but no worry, you will be getting it in your notes that will follow your videos. And as we move ahead, we see over here leather industry. Short note. Skin of dead animals was used for various purposes in ancient India. After the death of any animal, its skin was processed in ancient manner, traditional manner or that time manner. Leather was mostly or prominently used for making mashak. It's a leather bag for fetching water. Usually it is used by the people who travel long in desert area and the water remains cold in these leather bags. It is called mashak. And then there is kos, drum, dholak, tabla and bellows. Bellows, that is a pipe made of leather through which the blacksmith blows at fire. And various types of footwear like mojri or chappals, many other footwear were made Leather belts to tie animals also were made from leather. Leather was also used to prepare shield, that is a protective cover, which was used during wars. Leather industry had very important place in ancient India. Well knitted mojadi of Rajasthan, shoes, leather knitted purses, belts and other things made out of the leather for horse and camel like saj, palan, lagam and whip were very much in use. Whip, that is chabuk, and other words also are a part of the things that were used to be put on the back of a horse or camel, and various other products were made in ancient time in India. And even today we see leather industry is moving ahead successfully on a large scale in our country. So thank you very much.